Good morning. Time to go to Portimao to pick up my shoes.
I am in the car right now waiting for Julia, and Murray went to go check out the cobbler because it cost me €5 to repair the bottom of my shoe and to repair this part of the underneath of my sandal. €5, people. This is what I miss about Europe. I used to have my own cobbler when I lived in Naples, Italy. And I was constantly getting, because especially the cobblestone streets will chew the heck out of your shoes up. They will destroy them. Then we went to Lidl earlier. This is fresh squeezed orange juice. This is like 1,000 milliliters of freshly squeezed orange juice. €2.45. And for less than €10, I got 2 avocados, and these are grown in country and they're beautiful. And it turns out Madeira has their own special little banana. Like, look at the size of this. And they get smaller too. And these I've never tried, so I'm excited to try Madeira banana. Meanwhile, I'm out in the car waiting because it's really beautiful out. But when the wind is blowing, I have to bring my sweater just in case. So always be prepared. Carry what you need. Make sure you have your layers. This is one of my new dresses too. Anyway, at least I get some good music off in the background. It seems they have like a sound system attached to some big light fixture. So, not sure where we're going after this, but it's a nice change of scenery, and I don't know what the rest of my day is going to look like, but hopefully it'll be better than yesterday. Well, today has turned into kind of the unexpected day where I feel like I was stranded at the house, unfortunately. That's the reality of things. Lack of communication, the failure to want to be confronted by what transpired last night about being stranded in the city and having to take a car hire home. I'm hearing the sounds of these beautiful storks. Oh my gosh, you've got to see this. It's just incredible. They love this valley. And I don't blame them. It's gorgeous out here. But you need a car to get anywhere else. And that's the truth of the matter. And I did not come here to sit around at someone's house. I came here to explore, to have an adventure. And this is just reminding me to trust my instincts, trust my gut, because I can get around. But it's just not right. And it's unfortunate because there are a lot of people in the world who are non-confrontational, don't want to take personal responsibility for their part or be accountable. So they avoid you, which is really bizarre because I've been very soft-spoken, very kind, non-attacking. I've been very just work with me, I don't want to impose upon you. I don't want to be dependent upon you. What can you help me with the solution? And interestingly enough, if you've been listening to my videos, people like to be heard, but they don't necessarily want to listen. So we create our realities. I was way more dependent upon and expecting something different out of the situation, and that's on me. I take that. But there's another party involved in this. And there's always 3 sides to a situation, a story. There's, especially when 2 people are involved, there's one person's story, the other person's story. Each has a different experience, different perceptions, backgrounds that play into it. And then there's the truth. There's the non-judgmental neutrality of what was and what transpired. The truth of whether 2 people were on the up and up. The thing is also, I paid up front, and I paid a lot more than I would have paid had I had booked my place somewhere else and been more accessible. So, on the one hand, I'm very grateful for the showing me around to a few places that I would have never found. On the other hand, I really don't like losing my time. It's unacceptable, and it's disrespectful, and it's a lack of integrity. And I mean, I paid, and so where's my return on this, right? So there's a beautiful sunset over my shoulder. If I could have changed my flight, for Madrid, I would have done it already at this point. Now it doesn't even make sense because now I'm going to be flying out Tuesday morning. It is now Sunday evening. And I'm grateful to have met Murray and Julia. And Julia's been very insightful. Tomorrow, she invited me to go for a drive to Spain. So that should be fun, a change of pace and scenery. And fortunately, it's her car that has been hoarded. And this is another thing. So just recognize people around you in your life. Are they control freaks? Do they have to have the upper hand? Do they always have to be in control of the situation? Because 9 times out of 10, a person who's trying to control their external environment, maintain control of the car and the keys, and I can't give anything to you because I want to be in control of it, it's because they have a lack of control over themselves. Emotional regulation, don't deal well with confrontation. They want to control their externals. Like, they don't want to be stranded, but they have no problem stranding someone else. So my understanding is that this individual acts like it's his vehicle, and it's actually not. So it's all good. I don't deal well with drama because I don't got any in my life. So when I go into these situations, I'm like, wow, okay. My life's pretty simple. I don't go looking for that. And I don't need to hear the stories of, well, because sometimes that's what happens. They avoid you. So earlier today, he appeared to be sleeping on the couch, claiming, of course, I haven't gotten much sleep because of work, but it's really because he stayed up late talking. And I was like, wow, okay. But then he snuck out when he thought nobody was around. I was in the other room, and I heard the feet, and then I heard the door slam on the car because all the doors were open. I'm like, did he just leave for work without saying anything? And then I've sent messages and gotten no response. Be impeccable with your word. Do what you say you're going to do. If someone is relying upon you, don't get mad when they try to hold you accountable because you don't want to be accountable. You actually save yourself time and energy when you're upfront and honest than avoidance is the worst thing you can do because it will come back to find and haunt you. Avoid the drama. Just be who you are. Just be straight up and honest. Honesty really is the best policy. The more we are willing to just communicate and be good humans, the better this world will be. And if you're doing your work and you're healing yourself, that ripples out. That helps everyone else too. So don't discount that, oh, I'm doing the work and nobody else is. Or you're not doing the work and you just expect other people to adjust and adapt to what makes you feel comfortable, because that doesn't work. Neither one. We have to be willing to heal ourselves. It may be uncomfortable, but if you can get into the feeling of it, the quicker you will heal your life. And that helps the world. It's a collective collaboration. The more people that heal themselves, the better off we all are. Don't expect somebody else to do for you what you're unwilling to do for yourself or even for others. Because a lot of times, this is the other thing I observe, there's these sweetest puppies here. And they gravitate toward people who love, and they can tell a good, an animal lover. There's a lot of humans. They don't like humans, but they're kind to animals. But do you know that animals teach you how you should be toward the humans too? There's compassion in it. Animals they don't care about if you do or don't do something. They're just always happy. They're always present in the moment. So I'm going to show you the storks because they're just so cool and they're all around. That clicking is them. I'll show you this beautiful sunset too. But I am ready to go. I've gotten some reminders and lessons on this travel adventure that I've been on, because this is what I came for, to re-spark myself and to remind myself. Trust comes from within. Don't go without. And there's the rooster. You got the sunset and the storks. You can see them up there on tops of the trees, right? They're all around. And they're just standing so regally. Like, this is my place. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. It's happy hour. I wonder what they think of the sound of the crows. Like, check this out. They're just so cool. They're huge. Some of these are the babies. Unbelievable. I've never seen so many storks in one area. Let alone, I don't even remember the last time I saw a stork. Oh, oh, oh. They're moving. That noise, that's the storks. Some more storks over there, up on the hill. Can't not see them. This is so crazy. And that wild boar. So all night long, by the way, that's the other thing. All night long, the dogs were barking. Now I know why, because of these wild boar, which were freaking enormous. I mean, it was bigger than the front end of the car. I assure you of that. It's a gorgeous sunset. So yeah, today's been a little bit of a low-key getting to know Julia, and I really enjoy Murray. He's a lot of fun. We went and picked up some fruit at the grocery store because, geez, I don't know, what was I gonna eat? I mean, literally, this person just took off, just left me to fend for my own, just kind of assuming. I realized after the conversation that apparently it's possible that maybe he was afraid of me confronting him for what had transpired yesterday with his friend not being able to drive me because he got drunk. So, you know, I'm not a drinker. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's an escapism. Even, you know what, it's no judgment. It really boils down to, if you are hindering your life and your progression, and then you're complaining about money or why bad things happen to you, it's most likely because you're not taking personal responsibility or accountability, and you're escaping into some form of an addiction. This is what I deal with. This is what I work with. Addiction patterns and healing those, and recognizing that when you numb the pain, you numb the joy, and people chase the high. That's what addiction is. And that pain needs to be felt fully in order to heal fully. So the sooner you're willing to dive deep within it, the sooner it will dissipate and go away, and your life will improve and change. But every trigger that you have is just an unresolved, unhealed aspect and pain from your past. But not everybody realizes that. Or they just know in some unconscious way that they are running from something they don't want to feel. They don't want to re-experience. But they never allowed it to be fully felt. Or it was interrupted. Because sometimes that's what happens too. You know, you stub your toe and your parents come running after you like, are you okay? Are you okay? Children innately know how to heal. You know, if a kid, especially the young kids, if they hit their head on a table or something, you'll see them, they'll stop and they'll put their head there for a moment if you don't interrupt the process, and they will find a way to just be present in that moment. Because younger kids are much more attuned and aware until they're programmed otherwise, which is what life is really. It's a lot of programming and influence from the externals. So much to say, so much to talk about, discuss. But the reality is, you gotta find your way. This, I believe, is rosemary. Oh yeah, that's a rosemary for sure. Oh, look it, there's a grape. Look, I found a grape. A real live grape. That was me clicking, that was my hip. Wonder if this is any good. Not too bad. A little bitter, actually. Bitter might be better. This is rosemary. That was my hip again. So, in my pretty flowy dress, all dressed up and nowhere to go. I'm loving the bougainvillea. Well, I hope you're enjoying these videos, and if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear what you think. Tell me, what would you do if you were me? So in keeping with a low-profile day, I am going to go to bed early tonight and then get up early in the morning so that I can go to Spain with Julia, which I'm pretty excited about because then it'll be a change of scenery. And she also has a YouTube channel called Simplicity Revealed, which is really cool. So anyway, so grateful that I do connect with wonderful, like-minded souls, because that is the key to life. And, you know, I can always make the best of anything, but it doesn't mean I should be tolerant of intolerable situations. I just know my path, and I know what it is I need, and I communicate that clearly, and not everybody can handle that, nor are they willing to follow through and support that. And you know what? This is where we are in the world. Like, recognizing the people who can and are willing to show up and support you as equally as you support them. It's about receptivity. So if you pay for something, you should get something in return. It shouldn't just be a one-way ticket or a taking and not giving. That's what receptivity is about. And I think that a lot of people are learning about that right now. So, good night, sweet dreams. I love you.